What the Netherlands lacks in size, it makes up for in enthusiasm. The Dutch come from a small country, but this hasn't prevented them from making their mark on the world. Their curious nature and tenacity has been apparent since the Golden Age, when Dutch explorers sailed far and wide and set up settlements in faraway places like New Holland and New Amsterdam, which have since been renamed Australia and New York. As a people, the Dutch are eager to learn and have gained some international recognition in many areas, including DJs and music, ice skating, soccer, flower cultivation, water management, and ship and bridge building. The Dutch work hard to stand out from their neighbors while also embracing them. Most Dutch know at least 2 languages, often more.
We are now on the Leidsegracht, or Leidse Canal, a connector canal which cuts across the 3 main canals. Until the 18th century, house numbers didn't exist in Amsterdam. Instead, people relied on gable stones. These carved and sometimes colorfully painted stones were set into a house's facade, often above the door. Pictures made reference to the occupant's religion, profession, or their family crest. For example, a butcher might have a picture of a lamb, a dentist might have a tooth, a miller a windmill.
As we ride along the canals, keep an eye out for gable stones. There are more than 650 throughout the city. As you find them, you can challenge yourself by guessing what they might mean.
The wealthiest citizens, shipbuilders, merchants, investors, and politicians built elegant mansions on the Herengracht. The Keizersgracht was solidly middle class, while the Prinsengracht had a more industrial atmosphere. Of the 3 canals, the Prinsengracht was the only one that connected directly to the harbor, and its low sides were designed for loading and unloading cargo.
And so, the farther you lived from the city center, the lower your social class. Today, this would no longer hold true. All of the city center is expensive.
Definitely said, let's do it 2 degrees lean on this side. Yeah.
We're now on Herrengracht, or the Gentleman's Canal. It was part of a careful plan to expand the city. In the early 17th century, a time of tremendous physical and economic growth, 3 new canals were laid out in concentric rings. The Herrengracht was innermost. The Kaisersgracht, or Emperor's Canal, was in the middle, followed by the Prinsengracht, or the Prince's Canal.
The wealthiest citizens, shipbuilders, merchants, investors, and politicians built elegant mansions on the Herrengracht. The Kaisersgracht was solidly middle class, while the Prinsengracht had a more industrial atmosphere. Of the 3 canals, the Prinsengracht was the only one that connected directly to the harbor, and its low sides were designed for loading and unloading cargo.
The lower your social class. Today, this would no longer hold true. All of the city center is expensive.
In December and the first 2 weeks of January, we have the Amsterdam Light Festival. Well, they are removing now the art, but this is one of the last. Next week it's gone. It's the most beautiful one. 2 stainless swans, 1,000 pounds each. The wings are made of glass. So this is your lucky day. The last part of Amsterdam Light Festival.
Looks just as you'd expect, a series of steps. The neck gable, with its straight up and down sides and scrollwork decorations, came a bit later, followed by the bell gable, which has a more rounded, bell-like shape. By the 18th century, the cornice, a flat-top gable, was most popular.
There's one thing that all gables have in common: the hoisting beam. Staircases were so narrow and steep that furniture and goods were lifted to the upper floors via the hoisting beam, along with a good strong rope, a hook, and a pulley. Goods were generally stored up high to keep them dry during the city's frequent floods. There's a strong tradition of moving things this way, as even newly constructed houses have narrow stairways and are still equipped with hoisting beams.
Until the 18th century, house numbers didn't exist in Amsterdam. Instead, people relied on gable stones. These carved and sometimes colorfully painted stones were set into a house's facade, often above the door. Pictures made reference to the occupant's religion, profession, or their family crest. For example, a butcher might have a picture of a lamb, a dentist might have a tooth, a miller, a windmill. These houses are made of brick. That's because bricks could be made locally. They were very porous compared to bricks of today, and had to be oiled, tarred, or painted to protect them against the weather. You'll only see stone on the facades of the wealthiest of homes, because it had to be imported, costing much more than brick.
For the shoppers among us, to the west or left of here is a unique shopping district called 9 straatjes, or 9 little streets. Each street is a block long and full of quirky boutiques and specialty shops. It's a relaxing and fun place to explore. Coming up on our left, at numbers 170 and 172, is a beautiful 17th century red brick mansion with white sandstone accents. This is the Bartolotti House, designed by Hendrik de Keyser, Amsterdam's most famous architect of the time. It was built for a very successful beer brewer named Willem van de Heuvel. He changed his name to Bartolotti to honor an Italian relative who had left him a sizable inheritance. The facade has 2 inscribed panels that reflect Bartolotti's and many other 17th century businessmen's values. They read, "Through talents and diligence, and through piousness and virtue."
Homes like Bartolotti's were designed to showcase their owners' enormous riches, and yet, this was a time when Calvinistic views predominated. Calvinism is a form of Christianity that emphasizes strict living and industriousness. The rich found themselves in conflict. Their religion required them to be humble, yet with so much wealth, how could they not show it off? Often they ended up quietly trying to outdo each other.
Before the 16th century, all the houses were built of wood, but at the beginning of the 16th century, we had here two large fires in the city. After the two large fires, it was not allowed to build wooden houses, it must be brick stone. So here on the Gentleman Canal, we have the three oldest houses, brick stone houses of the city. The first one is here on your right hand side. It's the one with the green-gray shutters. It's you see the blue container on the canal dock, and right behind that you see a step cable, and that's one from 1590. Recently rebuilt it, but they did it with the original stone. So look, you look at the facade of 1590, the original one. When we're passing the two inland barges a little bit further, we have the oldest one, two almost identical houses from 1580, and they are also rebuilt the gable with the original stone. It's number 43 and number 45. These two here on your right hand side, these are the two oldest houses we have here in the city, the oldest brick stone houses.
We are now approaching Brouwersgracht, or the Brewers Canal. This canal was part of the city's 17th century expansion. It connects the three main canals, the Herengracht, the Keizersgracht, and the Prinsengracht, and used to form the northwest border of the city. With its arched bridges, many houseboats, and beautiful architecture, it's now one of the most picturesque waterways in the city.
But that wasn't always the case. Many of the industries banned from residential areas ended up here. That included the smelly ones, like leather and whale oil processing. And of course, beer brewing, which gave the Brewers Canal its name. Because water quality was so poor, people turned to beer as a safer, healthier drink. Only the rich could afford wine, which was imported, but everyone drank beer.
Many of the buildings you see are old workshops and factories or warehouses. Merchants originally stored goods in their houses, but as trade increased, more and more warehouses were built. See if you can spot some. Look for triangular spout gables and windows with wooden shutters. The shutters helped keep goods dry and dark.
We were occupied by the French from 1795 until 1810. Before 1795 there were no house numbers. Here in the city we use gable stone. Look behind the tree, you see an old furniture maker. It's a stone from 1769, and the words at the bottom of the gable stone, it said never perfect. Never perfect. After 1810, Napoleon, he changed the law, and from then we have house numbers from 1810. Amsterdam, famous about the coffee shop. We have a lot of coffee shops here in the city. There's one here on your right hand side. You can buy any kinds of style roads. Lots of tourists, they step out in the dark and they step into the canal. That happens quite a lot. And then, when we're passing the next bridge, we make a sharp turn to the left, and then on the old sea lock on the right hand side, you see a purple flower bike. Amsterdam is famous about the flower bikes. It's street art, but the real story about the flower bikes, well, it's a sad story. It's about an American couple that live here in this area, and the lady, and that's the saddest part of the story, she had a big traffic accident. She's lying for weeks, a couple of months in the hospital. But when she came out, she had, how do you call it, amnesia, short memory term loss, how do you say it, amnesia, short memory loss. And that was a problem, because when she's taking her bike to the city and she's going into a shop,